Hi everyone, welcome back to Cayman Heritage Guide. Today we have Miss Judy and she's going to be showing us how to make fritters that go with fish. These are typical Caymanian fritters made with just salt, flour, and baking powder, and she's going to be demonstrating how she makes them. Very quick and easy process, so we hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Cayman Heritage Guide's YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Cayman Heritage Guide, where we post weekly content and different forms of educational content. See you guys later. Bye.
Judy and today we're going to be making fritters from flour, and I'm going to be using salt, some baking powder, and that's going to be it. I'm going to start with a cup of flour, well actually measuring a cup of flour. The first cup of flour, because I'm going to make quite a big batch today, so I'm going to use maybe 3 cups of flour. And for every cup of flour, I'm going to use a teaspoon of baking powder. This is a half a teaspoon, so I'm going to use 2 of these to make the full teaspoon. So I'm going to have to use about 6 of these. Okay, that's it for the baking powder. Then we're going to use some salt. And for the salt, we're going to use the same. So this is half of a teaspoon here. So we're going to use 3 of these, half teaspoon, so that would be like 1.5 teaspoon of salt. And then before I start mixing, I'm going to use, maybe get a spoon here, maybe a fork is a good one, so that we can mix all those ingredients together. Like this. And then actually we're going to have to knead this with our bare hands, so our hands has to be real clean in order to get in there and start kneading. And then I'm going to use my measuring cup again, and I'm going to start with half of a cup of water, because the dough cannot be too soft. It has to be not too soft, so you kind of have to put the water sparingly as you need it. So I'll start with a half a cup, but I'll use only about half of a cup of that. So it'll be like a 1/4 cup I'm going to use to start with. Keep working my way through with this, and then I add a little more water again. Okay, so I kind of like to keep kind of adding the water until you get the right texture, because you have to be careful that you don't make it too soft. So I'm going to add another half a cup of water to work with. Because we don't want it to get too soft. And then you just keep kneading and squeezing the dough until you get all of that into one ball. And then we have to roll it. Drop of water here, not just a drop, just 1 drop of water we need in here. The key here is pressing it, that everything kind of gets formed together. This is similar process to make a bread. Okay, so we have the dough made up. We just let it set for a bit before we start to make some fritters. And that's pretty much how it's done. Okay, so we're back and we're gonna first make some little flour balls, and then we'll eventually have to flatten them to make the fritter. So I've put some canola oil in there. You can use vegetable oil if you care to, or whatever oil of your choice. I like to use this one and for this purpose. And so I'll make the little balls like this with the palm of my hand. Use the knife to cut off a piece of the dough, and then we'll use it like this. So the palm of your hand helps to, okay? And then we will put him, and then we flatten him with our two thumbs. Using our thumb, that's where we flatten them. And then sort of hold them a little bit. And we put them there. I've got my stove sort of in between low and medium, and I might turn it down even a little lower than that. But the idea is not to have the stove up too high, otherwise the dough will be raw and it'll be brown, but the dough won't be cooked properly. Okay, so we'll let that cook a little bit on a low heat for a while until it starts, that side starts to get brown, and then we'll turn them over. This one. So we just cut this one. Okay, there you have it. That's the fritters. Cayman-style. So if we cut it, right, it should all be cooked. See, look, very good and very good. Ready to eat. You can eat it with butter. It's delicious with butter, or with fish and fritters, jelly. It's just yum, yum, delicious, no matter what you put with them. It's a bit hot now, so I can't eat it, but once it's cool, it's be perfect. Enjoy.